We live in an age of abundance. We're abundant in food, houses, electronics, medicine. We're abundant in pretty much everything most people need to sustain a decent life. And automation has been one of the major reasons that we've got here. It has been benefiting our lives since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. It has given us the capability of producing much more stuff with less people. And in the meantime, product quality have improved and their prices have dropped dramatically. While people have been enjoying high quality and affordable products produced by automated factories for decades without thinking too much about automation, automation has once again become a trendy topic in recent years. And this time, it has brought countless possibilities to the human society. And this trend is created by the arrival of the digital revolution, along with the new and powerful technology, artificial intelligence, or AI. With the rise of AI, lots of things that were previously unimaginable all of a sudden seem to be possible now. Facial recognition, Google Assistant, autopiloting, Boston Dynamics robots, automated warehouses. And along with the possibilities that digital technologies have brought to us, fear has grown among many working people as well. Because of the potentials of AI, lots of jobs that we used to take for granted are on the brink of disappearing. Truck drivers, warehouse workers, etc. People fear that one day AI would take over completely. Everything would be automated and there will be no job left for humans. And when that day comes, it might be a very disturbing scene. But that got me thinking, does automation have to involve machines and modern technologies? Or is it just a popular concept? So I searched in Google, and the definition from the dictionary shows that automation is the use of largely automatic equipment in a system of manufacturing or other production process. And the definition from Wikipedia says, automation or labor-saving technology is the technology by which a process or procedure is performed with minimal human assistance. According to these definitions, automation basically means it's a process that saves you from laboring. So, if a job is done for you without you doing anything, that is automation, right? But here's the question. Does it have to be machines to automate things? After giving it some thoughts, my answer to this is not really. The way I see it, automation has been around for a long time, but it has been done by humans. If you see it from business perspective, it will be pretty clear to you. You see, the world functions because in a human society, we exchange values, and values are the results of someone's work. In the ancient times, we exchanged the things we have for the things we need. We exchanged shoes for bread, sheep for clothes, and so on. Later, with the invention of money, trade evolved into exchanging things for money. Instead of directly trading sheep for clothes, which was very difficult to work out the fair amount for both parties involved in the trade. A person would trade sheep for a fair amount of money and then trade a fair amount of money for clothes. This way, you have much more freedom and the trading process has become much more convenient. The reason that a person is able to trade shoes, bread, sheep, and clothes is because these things are the results produced by someone's work. And through trading, these things would bring values to others in need. After centuries, nowadays, when we need to buy something, no matter it's a physical product or a virtual service, we're still paying money to purchase the results of other people's work. And in order to buy things, we also need to work to deliver certain results in exchange for money. Times are different, but the principles are still the same. We're still trading results for money. As long as people get the results they are paying for, how you produced the results doesn't really matter. Did you really care about which factory produced the shoes you just bought? Have you ever cared who cooked your meal in the kitchen at the restaurant you were sitting at? I guess probably not. What you care the most are the results you paid for. Are these shoes comfortable or not? How delicious is the meal? How well designed is your new phone? And most businesses that have delivered some kind of results to you have closed the doors. And behind all these closed doors, all the production happens. In order to deliver the results, there's work to be done. And when the amount of work exceeds one person's capability, employees who can do the work need to be hired, which is the most common case when it comes to running a business. Since we are hiring employees, why don't we see it from an employee's perspective? As an individual, in order to make a living and pay for the things you need in life, or, in our context, the results other people have produced that's gonna benefit you, you need to make money. So you get a job. The deal is simple. You are required to do a certain amount of work, and you are assigned with certain responsibilities. And your job title pretty much reflects what you do in this company. You are expected to be professional at work and stick to the tasks you are assigned to. And make sure to show up at 9 a.m. and do not go home before 6 p.m. The work you are assigned to should be your only focus during this time, and you will get paid weekly or monthly. And you are not alone. There are many others that need to afford things as well. They are also working as professionals alongside you in the same environment. Together, you are a team. A team to make the impossible possible. A team to make the world a better place.
Making the world a better place.
Making the world a better place.
A better place. A better place.
Let's say you are a sales representative in this company, and all of your colleagues are focusing on different types of work. So you need a new PowerPoint representation? Give the task to John. The spreadsheets need to be checked. Michelle can help. The company's website needs some updates. Ask Bob the nerd to do it. The office you are in is scientifically designed. It's open, it's modern, it helps you to work more efficiently so you can reach your full potential and do better work. Everybody is working in harmony. Everybody is doing their job. Work flows from one person to another smoothly like it's on a conveyor belt. John, Michelle, Bob the nerd, and you, together, you are the company. Just like different components of a machine, each one of you specializes in one area, and each one of you always make sure to only deal with your own responsibilities to finish your task on time and be a good employee. But things in life are not linear, right? What if you've got today's work done before 6 o'clock and don't have anything else to do for the rest of the day? Can you go home early and do something that suits your own interest? Well, since you are paid per hour, you won't get paid if you leave early, and it wouldn't make sense for the boss to pay you just for you to sit there without producing anything for the company, right? What makes sense is rather to give you more work to fill up your time. And what if you are sick and cannot work for some time? Well, we care for you, so take a sick leave if necessary. But do make sure that in total, you are not sick for more than 1 month in a year. If you are sick for more than a month, you are not gonna get paid, and we will replace you with someone if necessary. So the best strategy here is pretending you are working on something until 6 p.m. even if you don't have anything to do. Otherwise, more work will come your way. Why would you do more work when you can simply avoid it and still get paid? And don't get sick. At least don't get sick for more than a month in a year. I mean, if you want to keep your job and get paid. But John likes novels. He wants to be a storyteller. Michelle likes painting. To be an artist is all she dreams about. But working in an office is taking up all their time. Come on, grow up. Who has time for these childish things? Don't you want a big house, a nice car, a loving spouse, and cute kids? Don't you want the life that's gonna make your friends envious? But to have all that, you need to get paid. And in order to get paid, you just have to work, and work. Or at least pretend to be, so you can work less and get paid the same. And because you are producing results, your boss can get paid. Nicely, of course. And you can get paid too, by the amount of money that you agreed upon, with some occasional bonuses. Nice.
Oh wait, we haven't even mentioned the boss's job.
Well, apparently, your boss doesn't necessarily have a job. You see, you and your colleagues specialize in doing different tasks, just like different components of a machine that have very specific functionalities. But understand this, your boss is not part of the machine, because your boss owns the machine. Your boss might jump in and do some work if it's necessary, or when he or she feels like being a good leader, but he or she doesn't have to. That's what you and John and Michelle and Bob are here for. At the end of the day, the machine and its components are supposed to do the work, not the owner. It's the car's job to run, not the driver and the passengers. It's the computer's job to calculate, not the users. And when all the work is done by the employees for the boss, what else is left for the boss to do besides counting money? You see, even though all of you are in the same game, but the perspectives are different. The way the game works is, you and your colleagues are getting paid by the hours you've worked, but the company and the boss are paid whenever a customer purchases the product. They are not paid by how many hours they've worked. iPhones, cars, clothes, and so on are produced on factory conveyor belts. It's easy and intuitive to see the automation process. The word automation was created to describe this process. You might be working in a scientifically designed office, which doesn't look like a conveyor belt at all, but the work passes from you to Michelle to Bob to John, and then gets delivered to the client. Are you sure the office is not a human conveyor belt? And you still think that the office work is not automation? Maybe you think employees are not machines, they are humans. I agree with you 100%. Except if your car light is broken, you get rid of it and get a new one. If your car engine consumes too much gas, you can simply replace it with a more efficient and better performing one. It's the same in the office. If you don't do your job properly, millions of others are waiting to be hired for your position. If you are sick for more than a month in a year, you are most likely not gonna get paid, and you are very likely to be laid off. If someone can deliver the same results as you and is asking for less pay, your job security is going to be at a great risk.
You, my friend, are replaceable because you are just a component in a money-making machine that contains many other replaceable components as well. If you are replaceable, does it really matter if you are replaced by a machine or a human?
You might be wondering, is it fair?
Of course it is. Remember, you took the deal. You are in the game the world is playing, the game called capitalism. You either play it or you don't. But if you do play it, remember, you need to be professional about it. If you are a chef, just keep yourself in the kitchen. If you are a waitress, please serve the food fast. If you are a receptionist, don't forget to smile when clients visit us. If you are a programmer, keep your head in the code. Don't stop. Is your boss scared of automation? Most likely not. But should you be scared? Maybe yes. You see, it's not about you, my friend. It's about money. It's about cost and profit. As a company, when customers ask questions, we can put real humans on the line to respond. Or when the technology is mature enough,
We can use an AI to respond, as long as their questions are answered. If a customer needs cargo shipped, as long as they receive the cargo on time, does it really matter whether it's a human or a computer driving the truck? Minimizing cost and maximizing profit has always been the nature of business since the very beginning, and it will continue to be like this. Jordan Belfort, the famous Wolf of Wall Street, he automated the sales process of selling penny stocks to people. McDonald's brothers, they automated the cooking process and made it much more efficient to produce burgers and chips. If Jordan Belfort was born at a time where AI chatbots are good enough to sell penny stocks, do you think he'd still train those salespeople? Most likely not. Of course, the fun activities and the crazy motivational sales speeches in the office would all disappear, but he'd be making way more money, and most likely having way more fun all by himself. If Ray Kroc, the owner of McDonald's, lived at a time where the technology of machine cookers are mature enough, would he still hire all these workers to make burgers and chips by hand? Talking about McDonald's, they have done such a great job of automating the whole process so that their restaurants can be ran by part-time high school students earning the lowest wage possible. But have you ever felt that the burgers made in a McDonald's restaurant ran by adults taste better than the burgers made in another McDonald's restaurant ran by high school students? And it's not just McDonald's. There are so many owners of businesses, from regular restaurants to tech companies, that are enjoying the results delivered by their employees while they are doing minimum to no work themselves. That's why I call it the human automation. So many things to discuss in this topic, and I will only touch a little in this video. We will explore more of them in the future, but I'll leave you with this. Is machine automation an issue? Of course it is, and it's a very big one. Even though it sucks for people to be stuck in the jobs with no meaning at all, spending the best time of their lives in those lifeless cubicles, acting as a replaceable component in the money-making machines, it is still an opportunity for them to provide value and get paid so they can make a living. But when businesses use machines to do the work, machines don't need to get paid. They just need to be paid for when they are purchased. With jobs taken by machines, people won't have a place to work. And no work means no money. Then how can they afford to live? Machine automation is inevitable, but it's not all bad. By replacing horses with cars, our lives got much more efficient. By mass-producing medicine and supplements, a significant amount of people have got way healthier than they've ever been. And by making software more intelligent, organizations are cutting unnecessary energy waste and saving a significant amount of money. We just need to figure out the best ways to adapt to the new format of automation, so most people would benefit from it. It's not gonna be easy, but it has to be done. And I have to say, not all companies are evil, and not all work environments are as depressing as I portrayed in the example that I used earlier. While there are significant amount of companies are like that. And you also need to know that there are many great entrepreneurs who are working very hard on bringing good value to the world and also care for people. And there are countless people who are engaged with meaningful work and fulfilling their pursuit of excellence. The truth is, there's always a good side to everything. It's 2020 already. You don't have to control people or those big and heavy factory machines to take advantage of automation. Instead, you can rather take advantage of computers. It's everywhere. It's infinite almost. And it's within the reach of your fingertips right now. There are hundreds of millions of computers running billions of tasks, both physically and virtually, day and night. And they will do anything you ask them to do without ever complaining. And the beautiful thing is, to take advantage of them, you don't need to know how to program. You don't need to write a single line of code, and you don't need to be good at math. With applications that cost little to no money, You can build websites and start making money within hours. With the help of Google, you can have access to infinite amount of information instantly, regardless your time and location. And there are countless examples out there. By taking advantage of automation as an individual, your ideas can have the potential to reach thousands, if not millions of people instantly. Instead of automating the work for someone else, why not be the one who benefits from automation? So, what are you waiting for?